Hey guys, Avatar here, welcome back. Today we're doing a first look on Blackguards. It is by Daedalic Entertainment. It is currently in early access. It is an RPG slash turn-based strategy game. Currently it is on sale on Steam for $22.49. That's 10% off the normal price of $24.99. So go ahead and check that out. That is on sale until January 2nd. Let's go ahead and take a look at this game. It's pretty interesting actually. Here we have the graphics menu. Pretty straightforward. Looks actually pretty good. So I got everything pretty much on high here. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what it is. We'll go ahead and just show you the first couple character selection screens here real quick, and then we're going to jump into a game that I've played for about a couple hours or so I can kind of show you a little bit of the meat and potatoes of the game. So you're able to start and customize a character right off the bat here. There's not that much in as far as customization here. However, you can pick one of the classes, the mage, hunter, warrior, the gender, and then a little bit of a look. That's really all. It just kind of gives you a rundown of what they have, but as you get in-game, we'll see that we can kind of go ahead and dictate what we like or what we don't like about these classes and kind of tailor-suit them to what we want. So let's go ahead and continue our journey. Like I said, this has actually been about 2.5 hours into the game, and I'll be honest with you, I started playing it and I couldn't stop. So usually turn-based strategy games don't really do much for me. This game has done an awful lot for me. So here we are, the normal map screen, kind of where we decide to travel. So we are notated by that blue fire there. These nice little loading screens with these tips in between. So here we have a normal city that we're at. We can go to an innkeeper, which will go ahead and heal our party's health. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. It will go ahead and get our party's magic points to full. I think they call them astral points in this game. We have a merchant where we can buy stuff. So they have it's a pretty straightforward system as far as buying and inventory wise. You have your weapons, your armor, your items. You could imagine how it's normally, everything's kind of how it would normally be in an RPG slash strategy game. See, is there anything out of the ordinary? No, there's nothing out of the ordinary. You have your merchant where you can get, kind of just generic stuff, and obviously you're going to get your potions or anything like that. Then you have your blacksmith where you're going to get some more weapons. And then these guys that have these normal just chat bubbles usually offer quests of some sort. Okay? So now let's look at our party. So you start with that one character you create, and within the first 10 minutes of the game you are given 2 more. So, as you go through the game and as you defeat enemies, you get AP, and that is basically your XP points where you can level up. And then you can use it a couple different ways. You can use it base values here, so you can increase, your strength, constitution, agility, and it kind of tells you how everything, what everything does. You can also highlight, what you want to increase, and it would tell you how you can increase that. So if I want to increase my attack, I'd want to increase my courage, my agility, my strength. Parry, I would want to increase my intuition, strength, agility. So that's kind of cool. You have your weapon talents, which is pretty straightforward. Again, you can go ahead and start to level up specific weapons. Again, if you didn't like kind of the presets, you can just start leveling up everything. So my guy, Avatar here, I started him as a hunter, so I'm just going balls to the wall with bows. You can see it kind of already started me with a little bit of spears, a little bit of axes, kind of give me a nice little well-rounded things. I haven't really put much into that. As far as melee weapons, you can go ahead and once you put points in there, you can dictate if you want those points to be basically purely offensive, or if you want maybe some of them in parry as well. And then we also have talents. So these can be just normal, everyday things. So like survival, if I put another point in this, it'll go up to level 6, which would, it's not going to tell us what level 6 would be. Let's do this one, level 3. Be active. Be heal 25 vitality points of an injured character. This would be a just normal skill. Treat wounds. You need a bandage to do that. Again, you can have your bandages in your inventory. And then spells. Obviously, I'm not a mage, so I wouldn't really have these active. I will show you my mage though. Zerbaran. So he's got these skills already active. If I want to train another one, I would have to find a trainer, and they would cost that AP, and then to upgrade them as well, I would cost that AP. As you get higher level, they evolve. So as you can see on the right hand side there, level 2 requires skill 8, so I have that already, and I have the extra level 2 of that ability. Once I get to 13, I'll have the level 3 of that ability, which does even more. And then finally, special abilities, which are kind of passive abilities, which again you need to find a trainer, and they kind of help you. So the biggest thing I want to look for in my main guy here is I want to get this triple shot, because as we can see I have some requirements. I need some dexterity, some agility before I can do that, as well as 800 AP, which is at this point in the game pretty significant amount of AP. Alright, well, let's go back to the inventory screen, because it works a little bit different. In combat you can have different weapon sets, but you can't change anything in the inventory during combat. So if you have multiple weapon sets, for instance my archer, I would have to, if I want to do melee combat with him, maybe put an axe or a sword. However, right now I don't have it. I keep him in the back lines anyway, so I haven't really encountered a problem with that yet. But if I wanted to have a melee, I'd have to put a preset weapon skill, and then I would go ahead and switch it during combat. Otherwise, if you want to use other things during combat, if you want to heal or anything like that outside of spells, you need to have a belt equipped, and on that belt you can put healing potions. And depending how good of a belt you have, you can have multiple slots for it. So on here I have that one healing potion, so I can either heal myself or one of my teammates. Provisions allow you to rest in the wild, and you can get back to basically full vitality and astral points. Vitality is HP, astral points are mana. So far this game's actually very fun. It really is. It's very addicting. At first 10-20 minutes I was very skeptical, but once I actually got out into the world and I was able to start to experience some of this, it became very fun very quickly. I'm able to travel these different cities. I thought it was going to be very linear, but fortunately you're still kind of on rails, but they give you a lot of side quests to do, and you can kind of just talk to these random guys, which will give you 1, 2, 3 different quests. For instance, here I did a quest. I had to go find a staff, and then once I got that staff, I was able to decide: do I want to give the staff to the quest giver, or do I want to keep it for my mage? I decided to keep it for my mage. So it gives you some a different opportunity there. It was very interesting. Again, one thing to note is this is still early access, so if we see any bugs or glitches, you definitely have to excuse it. But besides bugs, besides any glitches, which I really haven't found many or any yet, the game is extremely polished and extremely good to go in my opinion. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get some of this combat going, and or go ahead and get some of the story. I don't want to show you too much of it because I do actually like the story and the voice acting, but I do also want to show the voice acting. So let's take a look and see what we can find here. So right now we're on a quest. So I'm going to show you the quest log real quick. So main quest, this is the only current quest, this is the only quest we have. So we're at this place. We're about to go find our a dear friend's house with some dwarf that sent us on this mission to get the dream weed delivery. Alright, and as you can see, I did quite a couple, side quests, a bunch of main quests already. So it's very interesting. Let's go ahead and go to dear friend's house. Let's see what happens.
And what did he say? He said, "These aren't the druids we're looking for." What rubbish. All that blasted trouble for nothing. Hey! What do you want?
We're just looking around.
Oh, I'm in trouble now, right? Kill them all!
Alright, so this is the combat. Like I said, at first I was kind of skeptical about it, but I decided that I kind of liked it. As you can see, we got our team over here. Down here is marked by who's up. If you hold V, you can actually see everything that's interactable. So all these things can be destroyed, or you can hide behind it and everything. So it's pretty cool. Right now I have my archer, my guy. He's the quickest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him a little bit further away from this guy, and then I'm going to be able to attack him. Now, you can right click and you have all these different options. So obviously the normal option would be to attack or to do a target shot, which adds a little bit of damage. I haven't really seen a downside of doing this ever, besides the fact that it might decrease the accuracy depending on your range. You can use an item, you can do perception to see if you can find anything, you can use your belt, we talked about that earlier. You can change between those weapon sets. You can end the turn, you can also end the turn by hitting enter. You can wait, which allows you to save your action till maybe after they come after you. And then you have a little bit of different options here. These are different kind of like spell casting options. All 4 of these are, and I'll show you a little bit more of that once we get to the spellcaster. But for right now, we will attack him. You can actually also pull any of those and put them on this bar up here as well. So for right now, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to do a targeted shot on him. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to. Yep, there we go. We did. So it did 9 damage. Now it's reflected down there. He's only got 13. He's got a wound on. So this guy decided to pull those down. He's going to try to armor up or whatever. If we're going to get a better look, we can go ahead and scroll up here. And our mage is up. So let's look at our mage's options. So these are offensive spells. So we have a firebolt thing here, which I've leveled up a little bit. We have an AoE that covers multiple hexes, which I haven't leveled up. Then we have protection spells. So we have a wall that will stop people. We can increase some armor, and then we can also heal. Then we had strengthen spells, which we don't have any of, and then we have a weaken spell, which is kind of like a curse. So as you can tell, you can, I'll be able to, if I wanted to, customize these and add any spells to him, kind of make him our own. For this purpose, we are just going to firebolt this guy. We're actually going to use a stronger firebolt. I have one, the weaker one, on the hotbar. I'm going to go ahead and use the second level one. This gives us a 95% or 97% chance to hit him, and it would be 97 for him as well. Since we already hit him, let's go ahead and see if we can finish him off. Oh, he's got 3 HP left, but he's a goner. So now I got my awesome dwarf guy here. Let's see if I can attack him. I can do power blow, or I can do a two-handed attack with both my axes. I think I'm gonna go for that. Let's see what happens. Damn, 12 damage. Awesome. Let's finish this guy off. Let's do a normal attack. Alright, he's dead. Awesome. Believe it or not, the combat right now, this difficulty is actually on medium, but it's actually a pretty difficult game. I can only imagine how hard it would be on hard. I've had to kind of rethink my strategy multiple times. Let's go ahead and attack both of them. Yep, there you go. Alright, and you always have to take in consideration line of sight, so I'm going to go ahead and move this guy over here again. And I will attack, come on, with a marked shot. Yep, there we go. This dwarf's just badass. So I've been able to basically modify my team, so I've had this guy, really my tank either is on a shield or anything, and my mage is obviously my mage, and my character I created would be my hunter. Now I'm running low on mana, as you can see I only have 19 left. So I'm just going to do the normal fireball, which only costs, I believe, 6. But does a little bit less damage. Get started on this guy. Oh! And let's do that. Nice. Let's just go ahead and normally attack with our staff. Hit him over the head with that staff, yes. And you're dead.
Dreamweaver.
All right. Now, back to those madmen.
So after every encounter, you get some loot. And get some good old items here. So we get some ducats, some of that experience points, AP, and then our good old loot. So let's go ahead and take all that.
Customers at last.
Sell some of that stuff. So you got one belt. This guy doesn't have a belt yet, so let's equip him first with that belt we just got. Let's put the gladiator's gloves. Let's go ahead and put the gloves on our dwarf. There we go. Let's sell anything else we have left. Hunting arrows, we need those. Okay, we don't really want to sell any of this. Another thing to note is the hunter. I do have to manage his arrows, so he's only got 41 left. So let's go ahead and see if we can add those there. Yep, add all of them. 67, perfect. Alright, so let's go turn that quest in. One thing to also note is these guys are going to stay at this kind of XP unless I either use my provisions when I'm traveling, or if I go to an innkeeper, which we'll go to an innkeeper here and heal back up to full before we get into some sort of crazy situation.
Yes?
So far it's only a ducat per, so it's not too bad. So let's go ahead and see some of this quest
Back
dialogue.
already?
Give Dreamweed.
Your shipment.
Thank you, and our dear friend.
Eaten by wolves.
You've got talent. Our cart is ready for you. We can take you into Droll unseen at any time. And out again.
Thanks.
Awesome. So this game is actually a pleasant surprise. The voice acting is nice. I think the game looks pretty good. The combat is, although difficult and sometimes a little drawn out, is pretty fun, and it's pretty intricate. Like I said, I've been playing this game for several hours already, and I still feel like there's a lot to discover. There's still a lot for me to mess with. If you can look at my major spells, I barely have even touched anything here, and I've already played for several hours, so I feel like this game is definitely going to have a lot of playability and replayability, especially the way you can definitely customize everyone the way you like. Now, I haven't run this to yet, but I would worry that perhaps if you make some fatal flaws on maybe your choices, you might just become to the point where you just suck and you can't, handle. Alright, so there's an alchemist, interesting. I don't need to do any of that stuff, so let's take a look. Talk to these guys to leave, or we can go to the Hanging Gardens for the quest. Let's see if they have a different quest for us.
If you like games, perhaps you'd be interested in one with more compelling stakes. The risk is high, but so is the profit. If you're interested, don't hesitate to visit us in our villa in Cadrim's Valley.
Okay, just a side quest for us to go visit him. See, so far I've noticed it's kind of hard to get money in this game. You kind of use it all as you get it. I got this from the one. 5 of the silver pieces isn't really anything, but like these items are pretty expensive. They're really not that good, but hopefully, ooh, look at that. That's some good armor right there, but it's expensive. I only have 6. Let's go ahead and see if we can do one more combat phase here. See a little bit more variety.
There she is, Droll's fairest rose, my baroness.
She's a little on the thin side. And who's that with her?
A bodyguard protects her day and night. I mustn't be seen, or the whole city guard will be after us in an instant.
Is there something you forgot to mention, perhaps?
We have to get rid of him somehow, in a lawful fashion.
In a lawful fashion. Oh. See, this is another cool thing about the game. It makes you... It's just not all strictly combat. It kind of makes us think more outside the box. Let's talk to this gardener.
Rats. They're going to devour all of the hanging gardens.
Would you like us to slay them for you?
With swords? Nonsense. That's what traps are for. If only I knew where the critters have their nests.
This is place traps in the park.
We discovered a few rats' nests in the park. We can show you where to place your traps.
Oh, there are still some kind souls left. I'll set the traps at once.
I'm not going to start going into praise the Hanging Garden stuff.
The only thing worse than a war with Alantha is peace with Alantha.
We'd like to learn something.
So this gives a good option to show kind of what we can learn. So from a trainer, what I can hypothetically do is learn. He seems to be a... Okay, so he's like obviously not a mage because he's like freaking fencing back there. So if we want to use this, we could learn it for 150, which is armor use. The hero's accustomed to wearing heavy armor will no longer be heavily encumbered by armor. It's definitely useful, but I don't think I'm gonna, do it just this time around. Feint and melee, power blow. I don't think any of that's really going to be useful for this archer character. So I'm not going to. Let's see if there's anything for our dwarf. Our dwarf, unfortunately, only has 40 AP. So feint might be kind of cool to have. Defensive stance would be kind of cool to have. But unfortunately, we don't have anywhere near the AP or necessarily the skill set for it either. So we're going to kind of pass on that now. But that just kind of show you how that works.
Stay
What we can do
back!
about this bodyguard.
We need a word with Signora Bellarita. In private.
I'm sorry. Her uncle gave me explicit instructions to let no one near her.
Isn't that taking things a little too far?
Too far? Her husband was murdered but a month ago. Who
Oh,
can
boy.
be sure his killers aren't still lurking about?
All right.
That's kind of funny. So I'm guessing we might have to do some sort of thing with the alchemist, perhaps?
Healing potions, tincture.
Maybe not. That's all extremely expensive compared to what we have. Let's see here.
Yes?
Gardens are as fascinating as ever.
Yes, it's a shame they're in such an awful state. At night they're a lover's retreat, and by day the young lads trample all the roses when they duel.
Dueling is allowed in the park.
Welcome to the Horasian Empire.
Looks like I'm guessing that's gonna be our way to
Stay
get this
back.
bodyguard if we challenge him to a duel. Yep.
Draw your weapon.
What?
You
What?
won't touch my sister a second time.
You're... Amelia? But I thought...
Excuses. Have you no honor? I challenge you to a duel.
That's
You
thinking on your feet.
question my honor.
So my guy's an archer, so I don't know if I'm gonna be 3v1ing them or 1v1ing them, but oh, so we're gonna 3v1ing him. Ready then. So there's just a random bear trap there. Let's look alive. Can we attack him this far? I don't know if there's a line of sight there. No. Okay, so how can we get a fresh? We should be able to have. I'll point this out real quick. Everything that's like a dark blue, we can go to and still attack. Anything that's in the white, we can actually go to, but we won't be able to attack them. So we're gonna go here and see if we can get a fair shot on him. Yep, there we go. Right in the face. We'll go as far as we can, see if we can. Nope, we're not far. We're not close enough. So I don't want to block his vision, so I'm gonna go here. That guy's hiding. Oh, right in the trap, buddy. So we're gonna let him come to us because I have some good range. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll support my archer with my dwarf in case anyone comes up to him. And what's my percentage? So he parried that. This guy, let's see if we can get an AoE off. This thing never... See, it's only 33% of actually working, but let's try it. Oh, we got it off. Alright. They're just running these traps like nobody's business. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and... Yeah, knock him straight up. Mark shot him. And I think we'll just do a normal fireball. Oof. We'll take him. Yeah, I should have clicked one too many times there. I'm just gonna back up a little bit. Get some more range on him. There we go. Oh no, not that way! Oh, he went right over it. Interesting. And... I missed that shot, really. Just end the turn there. These guys should be able to handle this. Keep in mind, I did done all this.
I promised you I'd come back, and here I am.
We can't stay here. My uncle has eyes and ears everywhere. Meet me at my country estate.
A country estate sounds reasonable.
Nice. Yeah, so keep in mind, that seems a little bit easy, but I've also done all the side missions, so I've kind of leveled up a little bit. Ooh, a metal buckler. Too bad I don't have anyone that can use it. I'll take it or I'll sell that, though. So yeah, guys, I definitely...
We could just leave him here.
He'll be here soon enough.
Oh, I'm sure he will. Oh, I don't know about you, but I don't trust that wizard any further than I can throw him.
Ooh. I trust
Not
him.
all Alanthans are deceptive.
You must have heard different stories then.
We should... I mean, it can't hurt if we leave now.
What?
My doves have flown over there.
The bailiff.
Go get them.
What? I think he might have just betrayed us. Alright guys, I'm gonna end it there though. Nice little cliffhanger for you guys. But yeah, if you like RPGs, you like those turn-based strategy games, I definitely highly suggest checking it out. It is still technically early access, but as far as 3 hours in the game, it's been very polished so far. I have no complaints with it whatsoever. I'm very enjoying my time with this game, so with that, thanks for watching guys. I'll see you next time, and I'm going to get back to my game here.